So the title track for the album, The Storm, was written at a time where I was going through some things and had sort of this really strange sense of loneliness. And don't often feel this, but there was a time when I was. And so the opening line came pretty easily as I was trying to figure out how do I put this into words, what I was feeling. So this idea of sailing alone 1,000 miles at sea seemed pertinent. And I know many of my friends and lots of acquaintances we've all been through things that make you feel extremely alone. And so The Storm was written out of that place, and there was at the same time, while there was a sense of loneliness and anguish and the dark clouds coming in, there's always been, for me, there's always been a sense of an underlying peace that I can't always explain. There's a fundamental peace that comes in the reassurance that I know I have from the ever faithful love that my God has for me. And the second verse of the song starts out with, when I feel like I may slip beneath the waves, you reach out to me, you fill my lungs, you let me breathe again. And that's really from the story of Peter walking on the water. And suddenly in his moment of disbelief and his lack of faith, he starts to slip below the waves. And then Jesus reaches out his hand and pulls him into the boat. And for me, that was this second half of this song, is that rearticulation that when we're in those desperate times and that the waters of life and the turbulence that we're feeling may be overwhelming us, that there's a loving Savior again who can reach out in love, can pull us back into the boat and can get us through to safety. So for me, that was what brought forth this idea of the storm, where in the middle of the storm there can be this unnatural peace that lives right there in the middle of it. Doesn't mean the storm always goes away. Storm may be still raging around us, but for me, this idea that there can be a heart in the middle of that storm that is full of peace, that there is a peaceful moment there, some tranquility, was the other part that I felt was important to sort of convey. So again, really grateful to be able to put this song together and to work through it with Billy. We played with some of the acoustic elements. You'll hear some interesting sounds. You'll hear some seagull-like sounds at the opening with guitar work and other things. There's this lapping of the waves, and then it builds into this bigger thing. So again, that's a bit of the background of the storm itself.